Hey guys, today I'm gonna be playing No Man's Skies. So, if you wanna skip this part, I'll show a little thing to skip it on screen right now, but I'm just gonna explain what I'm gonna do. So, here on this video, I'm gonna do more like highlights of what I did morely, and then I'm gonna upload a separate video of just no commentary, just all the gameplay just smashed together. There are some cuts inside the video, but they only last like a few seconds, and it's also just because I have to start up a new clip each time because I'm still trying to work to get a USB that can handle more than 10-minute long videos per time on Xbox. I think it's really weird, but anyways, okay. Now we're gonna go into the video. Okay, so here are my settings for the game. I did the new custom mode because, I mean, that's kind of like the whole point of this, checking out the new update. And wouldn't you know, we're here. So the first thing I did, went against the first rule Minecraft, instead of going and collecting trees, you're collecting rocks. With this weird, tiny laser pistol thingy. And with all that, I got the most important resource of all inside this game, pretty much. Ferrite dust. It's, pretty useful. It just kind of, like, crafts a lot of things. So after collecting way too much ferrite dust, I found these weird things called marrow bulbs. They're pretty much the only purpose is to either grow or sell at a space station, which I can do none right now, so I'll just collect them for now. And off just collecting more unidentified things, like these weird sausage plants. Then eventually I came across this cave. It had some dihydrogen crystals. Usually these are blue, but I guess as the lighting inside the cave, they're green. I couldn't get over to this part, and I was kind of sad about that, because I didn't have a terrain manipulator yet. So at this point, I had been just kind of grinding for a while, and I decided, try and get some upgrades out. Also at this point, the floor kind of started to bug out. I think the game does this intentionally, like there's a ton of weird kind of planets like this. I don't know, it's very, very weird. So the two upgrades I got were the terrain manipulator and the visor. So at this point, I had just kind of started to look for the ship. And I had found it. I marked, one of those salvage scrap things near it. So once I got there, the first thing I did was that I went over to the loot and I opened it. So at this point, the ground was starting to look, like, super weird. Like, it almost looked like somebody just, like, sprayed a bunch of paint everywhere. At this point, it was getting so bad, the mountains just, like, started to have big yellow lines on them. And then there's one of the new fighter designs. I really like how they look. So at this point, I was kind of just ready to fix the ship and leave. So I began to fix the pulse engine and the launch system. And just like that, we were off. And before I left the planet, I decided to check out the terrain a little bit because it looks really trippy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After my very expertise rocket noses, I decided to look down at the planet and realized, I don't think it was a glitch. Well, then after that whole thing, I just decided to go and scan some planets. And it turns out my luck doesn't suck because we got a paradise planet our first scan. But first I wanted to sell any crap that I didn't need. But then I decided, you know what, might as well take a nice picture. But the thing is, I didn't even use it for this episode. I'm gonna use it for the second one, because, I mean, you'll see in the second episode. Then here's the picture I got. You know, I think it looks pretty good. And now we had finally made it to our first space station. So my first priority was to change my character, because, I mean, I don't really like the presets. So what I was going for with this was kind of like still like a human space person, if you could call it that, but like, just like kind of different, I guess. So after I was done with that, I decided to go to a trade terminal and see if I could just at least make a little bit of money. I just kind of sold all the junk I didn't really need or want. After selling all the stuff, I had decided to get out of that space station because I did not have enough money for anything. So the next thing I was going to do was head back to the paradise planet I had found before. Once I had landed, my first goal was to find some copper. Not too long after, I had pretty much immediately found some copper. After mining the copper, I found this thing called a knowledge stone. When I used it, it taught me the word Viking in Viking, which is one of the 4 species inside this game. Once I was done with the knowledge stone, I decided to create a portable refiner so I could smelt some copper. After smelting the copper, I could finally make a base computer to make my first base inside of this playthrough. And just like that, we've claimed our land. So for this series, I've decided for all the builds, I think I'm just gonna like speed it up a little bit and then just play it whole. I'll probably put something on screen if you want to skip it, but I don't know because this is near the end of the video anyways. After I was done building the base, I decided to build one of those research unit things, so I could just like kind of research a little bit. The only things that I would research for now were the base teleportation module and then also the save beacon. Mainly because I didn't have any salvage data at all. And after that, all I really did was build a save beacon, then I saved, and well, that's going to be it for part 1. And just before the video ends, I would just like to say, if you want to watch the no commentary, just like all of the gameplay just put together, it will also be uploaded.